bite there. Welcome to Tangled with Captain Quinn. Today we're chucking roe on a tributary of the Skeena for monster winter steelhead. I am so excited. Told the old wife I was heading to work. Okay, hon, I'm heading to work. Have a good day. Called work. Told them I was staying home sick.
Yeah, hey, I don't think I'll be able to make her in today. Feeling a little under the weather. Yeah, I got really bad diarrhea. Oh, gotta go.
Pulled a 1-2 switcheroo and took a mental health day.
I'm Captain Quinn, and fishing is hands down my favorite thing in the world to do. It always has been, and it likely always will be. There's just something about those fish swimming around down there under the water, all mysterious-like and such, that completely captivates me. I'm helpless against it. It really has an impact on me that I can't quite describe with words. But to miss out on some fishing is to miss out on life. And to miss out on work, well, let's just say I can live with that. The Skeena River watershed is located in the northwest corner of British Columbia. It is among one of the most incredible places on Earth. It is wild-free and home to some of the most mystical creatures on this planet. It resembles more closely than any other place I know wild systems, communities, and populations the way nature intended them to be. Wild. And it is here that some of the most healthy steelhead populations thrive. Swimming among these fish are whoppers that can reach in excess of 40 pounds, world record proportions. Oncorhynchus micus, the steelhead trout. These fish are some of the most difficult to capture in the world due to their reduced population size, elusive nature, and sheer power. They are an anadromous fish, an anadromous rainbow trout, meaning that they spend a portion of their life in the ocean and a portion in freshwater. They belong to the same family as the salmon, but unlike the salmon, they are iteroparous, meaning that they do not die after they spawn, which to me really speaks to their libido. These are frisky fish. Any angler will tell you that. And every fall and spring, large runs journey back to their freshwater homes to partake in the dance of life. These fish may be up to and over 8 years old, and the fall runs may remain in the system all winter. And it is these fish that we are mindlessly pursuing today as we chuck our gear into the brisk December waters.
On my way down to the river with my center pin rod, I met up with a couple of friends, Jason and John. Jason is an avid angler and he's been working these waters hard for several years now. He knows where the fish lie this time of year and he knows how to hook them. Wouldn't be surprised if he got into a couple. John's never fished for steelhead in this area, so I mean, that's super exciting.
From Kelowna, I fish the Vetter all the time, steelhead, pretty much 5 years, one for about 20 visits to the Vetter.
Always exciting to take a new guy out, and I mean, if he catches a fish, there's an excitement that goes along with that first time steelhead experience in the Skeena River watershed. That is, it's a beautiful thing to witness. Woo! Now, let's not forget about the captain. I can't wait. If I don't catch a fish today, if I don't land a steelhead today, I don't know that I can go on living. And to hook into a trophy-sized 20-plus pound steelhead, well, well, enough said.
Hustling, the only education I know. Hustling, the only education I know. Hustling, the only education I know.
I don't think I was more than 1 or 2 casts into it before my float disappeared. Kaboom! Heart rate picks up. Thought I was in a nice big steelhead. Now, I don't want to sound disappointed because a fish is a fish, but let's just say I was pleasantly surprised by a foxy little bull trout instead. Like I said, a fish is a fish. We're out here fishing. We'll take what we can get. Still, not a steelhead.
Not exactly what we're after, but hey, we'll take it. I'm stoked. So we'll let this guy go. Woo!
Now, normally I don't fish roe. I don't want to sound all elitist or uppity, but it's true. I've been fishing now, fly fishing, for over 20 years, and I started out gear fishing. That's how most people get their jump into the sport, and it works for me. You figure it out, but then eventually you, I think, evolve into fly fishing, which is much more dynamic. I would argue. You can argue back. I don't care. I can't hear you. So one reason why I don't like to fish roe is because it literally is so effective that it is almost like cheating. And it's almost, I've been out so many times where I'm throwing flies and all day, not a fish. If I'm lucky, I'll get one. Guy coming in behind me with roe and 10 plus fish. So it's proven to be a far more effective way to catch fish. There's just something, maybe it's the scent that these fish, they just can't not bite. So all that being said, here we are throwing roe. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do, right? Come on, don't judge.
Right there. Oh, well, I just had a fish hit my roe bag so hard that it snapped me off. And so I'm predicting there's a few more there. And hopefully I'm going to get one in the next few casts.
So I just finished losing a whopper. And look upriver, and there's Jason, rod bent in half. And beautiful, beautiful steel jumping on the other end of it.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
What are you playing around with these minnows? Hey, bro?
Man, that was fun. Over some trees. Look at that color. Beautiful.
We all admired it, as you do with these fish, and then he quickly released it, and we all raced to get our gear back in the water because we knew there was a few more of those fish swimming around and willing to play.
Well, I got a big bird's nest now, which means my float's probably going to go down soon. Welcome to Tangled with Captain Quinn. Oh, lucky I got it undone. That was right in that big chop there. Just as I got my reel untangled. Oh, you see him jump down there? Oh, he got me into the current. I was flying past way out across the river. Absolutely rat nested my reel. Float's just cruising down on its own accord. Ah! No! Oh, that was a good big steelhead. If it snapped me off, I'm going to break my rod and never fish again. Oh my goodness.
Oh, you still got your roll bag. Put her out there again.
How is that possible? Oh, I could cry right now. Oh, this roe stinks. Ooh, so do I. Good thing that the Captain Quinn conglomerate has actually branched out into many different facets. Not only are we heavy into the fishing, we are also very involved in the fragrance business.
Introducing a new fragrance by Captain Quinn. We've captured the scent of nature and put it into a bottle so you too can smell like nature does. Natural. Water from the purest glacial-fed natural spring creek water we could walk to. And branches from the rarest pine trees we could climb. Dirt from the dirtiest dirt we could find. Adventure Man is brewed over an open campfire to capture that smoky aroma all women desire. Next, it is triple distilled in our high-tech, scientific triple distillery to ensure greatness. Fresh water, pine needles, dirt, and smoke equals yes, I do want you, and no, I don't want to wait. Accentuate your natural pheromones and harness the confidence of nature with Adventure Man by Captain Quinn. Because if you smell like nature does, then naturally, women will want you. Adventure Man by Captain Quinn. In stores now.
So we made our way to a different run, and Johnny was making his way down first, and bam, his float disappears. He was into a good one.
Come on, Johnny! Yeah! Woo! What do you think, Johnny?
He's not a small guy. He looks like he's going for the big stuff, Jay.
Take your time. Enjoy it.
Woo! Here he comes. He's coming up here.
Oh, look at him there. Beauty, buddy. Johnny!
Yeah!
There was this one seam that every time I floated through, something fishy would go on. We could tell something was, tick, 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 picking at it, and these steel are really finicky this time of year. So, kept working it. Finally, poof, a good take, set the hook, and poof,
Well, I'm over
off,
for two.
off to the races.
See if I can get one to shore. I had my float go down a few times in that exact same spot, and then sure enough, I got the shakes right now. Whoa. Whoa. Been long, hard day. Lost a few. Finally managed to get a good hook set on this one, and here she comes. You ready with the cradle there, Jason?
Finally thought I was gonna get to hold one of these beautiful creatures, and you know, get the photo so I could brag about it later. Jason was a little slow on the net. Hook came flying out of his mouth, nearly killed someone. And a few bad words came flying out of my mouth. Gone.
Today, so far, I've managed to hook about half a dozen fish and I haven't landed one. This is tremendously frustrating because Jason and John have each got one to shore, and yeah, I'm excited for them, but there's just, let's be honest, there's something about landing a fish that just can't be matched, and then you get stoked when you see one of your friends land a fish. It's awesome. It's like, but if you haven't landed a fish, when they get a fish, it's like, yay, good for you, you know? Because you're jealous. Like, let's be honest with ourselves. I am very jealous.
Now, I just wanted to briefly talk to you about my setup here. Basically what I do is I run my main line through my float to a little swivel, and then 6 to 8 inches below that I tie my hook on with an improved clinch knot. That's where the row bag goes, as you may have guessed. And then I load the rest of my leader up with split shot, heaviest split shots near the top, lightest split shots near the bottom. And then above the float, I add another little split shot.
And I use this split shot to control the depth of my row, my bait, my gear, whatever it is on the end of your line. So all you do to increase the length of your leader is you just pull up on the split shot, that'll stay there. You can tighten it. If you want to decrease the length of your leader, you pull that top weight down and away you go. You take some row, put her on your hook. That's what the rig looks like. It was looking pretty grim for me. I lost fish after fish after fish after fish. I had one so close to shore ready to land and spat the hook last minute.
We were running out of daylight and I was running out of row. I was literally down to my last row bag, and I fired this crappy cast out into this slow moving water, and I was reeling it in to try again and get hung up on bottom, pulled on it, and I felt something pull back.
Just like that.
Woohoo! There it is! There it is! Mike just got it.
Woo! Head shaking, I can feel him head shaking. Yeah! That was crazy. I must have hit that same spot at least 20 times. It was kind of my weight, I think, got hung up on bottom, and then I think it popped up, and I think that was enough to kind of excite him a little bit. My heart's pumping about 1,000 miles a minute. Every time.
Every time you catch a fish.
It's like falling in love again for the first time. Good fish. Holy smokes. Almost fooled me. It's a big fish, I can feel it.
Oh, look at that thing.
Well, I'd like Jason to step out a little bit. Okay. Ready there, Jason? Just put her in the net there. Look at that. That's bigger than yours, I think, Jason.
Must be.
Oh, that feels good. Don't like to keep her out of the water too much. Woo! That's what we're after. Okay, my pretty little friend. Ha!
So I was super stoked to get this beautiful creature to shore, land it, and It's burned into my memory now. I remember every fish that I've ever landed. It's not hard when you've only got 4 or 5. I'm just joking. I've landed a few more than that. But no, I do. I honestly do. I remember every single fish that I've caught, exactly what they look like, and exactly how it happened. It's pretty special. That's how powerful of an impact it has on me. It's just such a special moment that that moment burns itself into your brain, and in my brain there's not room for much else. That's why I'm, a little slow in other facets of life. So we thought it was a wrap, end of the day, getting ready to leave, when Jason's float disappears again. And right away we knew he was into a big fish. We knew because the minute it hit, it peeled line off his reel and it didn't stop running. The sun had set, I think 2 or 3 times. It was a long run. He felt like he was into it for days.
I hope not. He did, I'm in trouble.
It took off right down through this run. He was almost spooled him. And he had run down like Brad Pitt on a river runs through it, got down to the tail out. There was some slow moving water and I came down with the cradle and he comes into land it. We're watching, we saw it when it first turned sideways, boom! And then there was blown away and I came in behind it with the cradle and just as I dipped the cradle in the water, spat the hook. Hook comes flying back, almost killed someone.
Hook came flying out of its yap. Fish started swimming away. Tremendously disappointing. Tremendously disappointing. It's a good thing that the captain was there.
Lucky I was close and it happened to be a sniper with the cradle. Swooped right in like Roberto Luongo. Got it, photo op, we can count that. And he would have been crying had he lost that fish.
Steven Seagal with a mullet right there.
Oh man! How is that? Your hook just popped out. Good thing you got the captain with you here, bud. That is a big buck. Look at this fish. Look at this fish! Jason! No, 39. That's almost a 40-inch fish.
39, but watch this.
And the girth. And this cradle
Saved our ass.
saved our ass, and also it'd be a lot better than pulling it up onto the rocks. You gotta imagine when you're handling fish, imagine going for the hardest, most strenuous workout of your life, and then someone dunking your head underwater as soon as you're done. It's kind of like fish. You want to keep their head in the water as long as you can when you're trying to land it. It's not a good idea to pull it up on the rocks. And just the cradle allows you to do that. So, woo!
Yeah, that's funny.
So technically, Castleman's fish is actually my fish. You see, when I went to net it, there was no hook in its mouth. So how can he claim that fish? He had lost the fish. When he lost that fish is now new game for another angler, Captain Quinn, and I swooped in there like a stealth ninja. And I mean, I'm fully claiming that fish. 20-pounder, I'll count it.